First of all, according to me, new student is Tuhin. Otherwise, Prasant, Jinisa, Marlina, Ravi, and Suparna. All you know the story relating to SEMA case study exams, the pass marks, the type of questions, and all that knowledge is there. So just in brief, just in 2-3 minutes, the SEMA exams are based on a pre-seen material. That pre-seen material remains same for 2 terms. November, February same pre-seen material, and then May, August same pre-seen material. That pre-seen material is not giving you any knowledge that this question will come. That pre-seen material is only giving you information about a particular industry. In that industry, a particular organization. In the exam, you are treated as a finance manager of that organization. The information about the organization, their financials, their products, their business model, their board structure, then what is happening relating to that industry in the market or relating to the organization, what are the challenges, those details are given in the pre-seen material. And the purpose of giving those information is, the exam is saying that it is actually not an exam. When you are working in the company as a finance manager, then whatever the issues will be arising, and you as a finance manager need to solve those issues. You need to deal with those issues. That will be your job. So the questions are very practical oriented, not bookish, and while writing the answers, we need to think practical aspect only. Obviously, there will be some here and there technical aspect required, but more and more your write-up and answers should be based on practical aspects. Because when we are working in any organization, then it's not that to solve any issue in the organization we need to open any book. Whatever we have studied, whatever experience we got, on the basis of that, we need to solve the problems of the organization. So you can say that a case study exam is application of what you know. More than knowing books, it is more and more application oriented exam. For that reason, we normally say that there is no fixed answer, that this is right or wrong. Whatever is asked in the question, if you are giving a practical solution, not thinking about exam but thinking about practical aspects, then you will be getting marks. The exams are 150 marks. There will be 4 questions. Based on the pre-seen material, they will prepare question paper, which we say unseen, because that unseen you will be getting in the exam hall, and for 3 hours you are thrown with 4 questions. 45 minutes each, 4 questions you need to answer. In that unseen portion, for every question there will be some situation they will be giving in the exam. Maybe there is some problem, maybe there is some project they are doing, funding issue, maybe if they are doing the project, then how to evaluate the performance, whatever, some situation they will give. And based on the situation, they will ask 2 or 3 questions. So one situation, which we can say as trigger, based on the trigger, they will ask 2 or 3 questions. Normally 2, but in some of the questions 3 also. So you need to read the trigger, you need to read the situation, you need to read the requirement, which is supposed to requirement A and B, and you need to answer those requirements in 45 minutes. 45 minutes is total, reading, planning, writing, everything. Once 45 minutes over, whatever you have written is automatically submitted. And then you were forced to go to the second question, second scenario, which is again 45 minutes. So like this 45 minutes, the 4 questions will be asked. 4 question means in every 45 minutes you at least need to answer 2 portions. You can say 2 question. So basically 2 coming 8, but generally in one question they give 3 questions. So 8 to 9 questions you need to answer, but not that the entire paper will be with you. It's upon money. It is based on specific guidelines. 45 minutes gone, first portion gone. Second 45 minutes gone, second portion gone. And we need to score 80 marks to pass the exam. Out of 150, score will be 80. If the student is scoring 80 or more than 80, then they will be declared as pass. That 80 is a weighted average marks. The actual marks of the student is not what they are telling to you. Because whatever your actual marks which you score in the exam, that is multiplied by a weight. That multiplication depends upon the level of unseen paper. Some unseen papers are difficult, some are easy, some are mediocre. So depending upon that, they have already decided in the software that is input in the CIMA exam result software, that weight is already assigned to different papers which they have made for a particular exam. Maybe they have made 6 papers. For every paper there is a weight is designed. So whatever marks the student will score, that will be multiplied by that weight, and then the student get the result that this is the marks scored by the student. For that reason, sometime, suppose a student got 79. The pass marks is 80 and the student is getting 79. So he will think that he or she, why the examiner has not given me 80 marks? According to maybe I am very bad, maybe I am very cruel, then also I cannot give 79 marks to a student when the pass marks is 80. Because it is not mathematics, it is theory. The theory analysis, I can give 1 marks extra. So examiner is not giving you 79. But whatever actual marks you score, they are multiplied by the weight, and then the weighted average score is becoming 79. If suppose you score 84, 85 marks, but the weight for that is 95%, so 84, 85 into 95% may be coming 79. Or you have scored 75, but the weight for that paper is say 105%. So when it is multiplied by 105%, it is giving 79. So the examiner are not giving you 79 marks, but whatever marks you are scoring multiplied by the weight, and that weighted average marks is announced to the student. That weighted average marks need to be 80, which we can say in percentage wise 80 by 150, 53.33%, around 53%. But normally I will take a window, say around 45 to 60%. In an easy paper, you need to score 55, 60% marks, actual marks. But in a difficult paper, you need to score 45, 47% marks, so that it will be getting 53.33%. The questions are there based on your syllabus area. You can say F2, P2, E2. F2 is financial accounting. P2 is in simple language, maybe management accounting but costing. And E2, you can say mission, vision, goals, objectives. Those, I can say business organization. Those who study BCom and all that, in simple language, business organization. But then maybe the questions are from any area, F2, P2, E2. The knowledge of the specific subjects we require around 15 to 20%. Sometimes it happens that maybe you don't have the exact knowledge of the technical area, but still you are able to write a good answer. Mainly this happens in E2 because business organization is a common sense thing. Some portions of P2 also, unless and until they are covering the questions on capital budgeting or something. NPV, IRR, if somebody don't have knowledge, some basic technical knowledge required. And in F2 also, if the questions are specifically relating to some particular IFRS, maybe revenue recognition, maybe group accounting or anything, then in that case some technical knowledge is a must. Because otherwise whatever they are asking, we will not be able to give justice to write the answers. So normally when I teach or when the student go on study on their own or maybe from any tuition provider, the focus for the students should be that if there is some technical area and for which the questions may come, I need to have some basic understanding of those technical areas. So some major part of F2 and some capital budgeting, financial is money, finance, how to do a project, how to calculate NPV. Not that they are asking calculation, but some basic understanding on capital budgeting should be there. Because otherwise we will be finding problem in writing the answers for those areas. Still, suppose if there is a question on revenue recognition as per financial accounting, whatever your technical knowledge, that will be relevant 40-50%, because since that is technical type of question, so bookish knowledge will be required 40-50%. But the balance 50% is what scenario they have given, and based on that we need to build up the answers. And if the questions is on E2 or some other areas, then the application of the technical knowledge is just 10%. So exactly if you don't remember what is written in the book or a paragraph or what do you say, whatever points, then also you can manage easily in the exam if you are practical. Because as I said, the business decisions, forget about exam, are not taken by opening books. If you are accountant, if you are finance manager, if you are doing whatever in an organization, think practically. And whenever you are handling a situation, you will open book. That doesn't happen. The solutions in the business in practical life are not exactly written in any book. Whatever you have learned, whatever you have experienced in your life, based on that you give the solution. So for that reason, Seema Institute is saying that key students, those who may don't have the accounting background, or maybe those who have accounting background but a good amount of experience, they can go for the case study exam straight away. They don't need to study the individual E2, P2, F2 subjects, because they know that the practical solutions in life does not based on bookish knowledge. So they have created this case study based exam around in 2015, which is, you can say, now the 10th year, 2024 is coming, so it is around 10th year going on. So for last 10 years they are conducting the exam like this. It's interesting, but then we take pressure that whether we will pass or not. Sometimes I will say that bad luck happened, like I will say, out of all the students, Suparna, with you bad luck happened. You gave the exam, you couldn't pass, but you should be passing. You scored in 70s, but you should be getting 80 marks. Now, it's, what do you say, normally, when the student put proper efforts, then generally they are scoring pass marks. As I always say that if I am giving my 500%, then also I cannot control future. My giving 500%, that means sure that I will be getting 90-95% success. But 5% is not in our hand. Sometimes we are very well done, well prepared, but still we are not getting the success. And if we don't give our 100%, full efforts, then so there is no chance that we will pass the exam. If we are not, you can say, preparing the way we should prepare for the case study exam, the efforts are not there, then the students are not going to pass. That's simple. So, according to me, since so many years when I am teaching Seema case study, I always say that a student need to practice in writing. Because this cannot be done just by reading or just by hearing. Because in the exam, the pressure is very high. In the exam, when you read the scenario and when you read the requirement, it automatically takes yours at least 7 to 8 minutes. So out of 45 minutes, say 10 minutes already gone without writing anything. And then writing the answers in 35 minutes, logically, you will not be able to develop that skill unless and until we don't practice in writing. The most important crux of this exam, I will not say that in other subjects or in other courses where technical studies there, वहां पर आपको there you don't need to write, माने writing practice नहीं करना है. But if suppose I am teaching accounts, like I teach the financial accounting subject to all of you कि भाई सीमा case study में पढ़ना है. I am teaching non-current assets, I am teaching impairment, I am teaching revenue recognition, I am teaching deferred tax and so taxation and all that. So when those students, say IFRS students or maybe any other students, those who are giving exams, वो लोग technical प्रैक्टिस कर लेते हैं जो एग्जाम देते, क्योंकि न्यूमेरिकल्स है, बैलेंस शीट बनाना है, जर्नल एंट्रीज रिकॉर्ड करना है, लेजर्स बनाना है, न्यूमेरिकल्स हम लोग प्रैक्टिस कर लेते. बट इन द थ्योरी व्हाट हैपेंस दैट इफ यू रीड समथिंग यू अंडरस्टैंड, एंड व्हेन यू अंडरस्टैंड यू थिंक दैट अब लिखने का जरूरत नहीं है. यू डोंट फील लाइक राइटिंग बिकॉज व्हेन यू अंडरस्टूड ऑलरेडी. सो प्रॉब्लम होता है इन द एग्जाम, you have developed the habit to read and understand, but you have not developed the habit to write the answer. So you know the thing, but you are not able to give justice during the time of exam, in that much time putting a proper answer which can give you proper marks to pass the exam. So it's not that the student is bad, they don't have knowledge. They have, but they have not practiced properly to pass the exam. So ऐसा कोई, it's not a rocket science that we will be studying in the class which anybody will not understand. Most of the, since it is a practical exam, 80-90% thing will be practical discussion. That will not be related with any material, any E2, P2, F2 knowledge. So समझ में कुछ नहीं आने का बात ही नहीं है. There is no question that you will not understand. But writing that on your own in the given time is a big challenge. And that can be met only when we regularly practice in writing. अगर प्रैक्टिस नहीं करेंगे ये एग्जाम पास नहीं होना है. Now, normally I teach management case study and strategic case study live for November and May term. So that if I am teaching for November and a student is not giving exam in November, then at least they are getting the opportunity to give the exam in February because same pre-seen material is there. Similarly, when I am teaching in May, and if the student by chance not able to give exam in May, then they are getting the opportunity to study the same thing for the August exam because the pre-seen material is same. But for the operational case study, I teach alternate. For operational case study, I teach for the February and August term, like the operational case study I started yesterday, because that much bandwidth I don't have to teach all the 3 case studies in one go. So operational case study I teach in the second part, but management and strategic case study I teach in the May and November term. This time I found that because of so much issues and problems that it is better that I manage the management case study for February term. So we have not taken the classes for May term, November term on the basis of this pre-seen material and targeting the February exam. Now, so the question is, one problem is that if you don't prepare properly for February exam, then in that case May case study will be different. The pre-seen material for May exam will be released by the institute around March end. So you will be getting April and May, say 15 days, around 45 days to prepare based on the pre-seen material. The case study exams, students are preparing all over the world because the structure is like this in 45 days. When the pre-seen material is released, we study the pre-seen material. Based on that, we do the questions, mock papers and all that, and then we give the exam after 45 days. So if we consider, say, from today, then normally we are having 15 days extra, because normally when I will start for me, I will start from April first week, because when the pre-seen will be there, I also need to study, then only I can teach. So April and say May 10 days, 40 days we take the classes based on the pre-seen material for CIMA case study. But here we are getting some extra time because the pre-seen material is already there. We don't need to wait for it. So that 15 days is extra. But then we need to work hard in this time. Maybe your office pressure, or you can say Happy New Year, Christmas and all that. So many holidays are there. But that problem always there. In the November term also, Diwali, Durga Puja. In other term also, this is human beings' life. We can't change this. And along with that, there are so many issues in our life. Something happening always, because that is life. Somebody is not well. Somebody has having some issue in the family. Somebody has extra pressure in the job, or whatever we say. ये सब चलते रहेगा. इसको कुछ, you can't change this because this is life. And ये सब है, इसीलिए लाइफ में मजा आता है. When the problems are there, and we are solving the problem so that we can enjoy our life. If there is no problem in life, that means we cannot grow. So I mean to say that you need to write the answers continuously on the questions, different types of aspects. When you write, then only you will be able to grow yourself. Then only you will be able to feel that I can pass the exam. Otherwise not. But first of all, for the time being or in your mind, think that कि कोई exam नहीं, कोई fail pass नहीं. Because whenever we think something as a failure or I need to get success only, तो pressure आ जाता है. And in the pressure we don't able to operate normally. If I will start thinking that a student will be coming in the batch for MCS, SCS, OCS, in ACCA, whatever I am teaching, student पढ़ने आएगा कि नहीं? Suppose for you this is the exam, for us that is an exam always every quarter, same ही तो है. But अगर मैं ऐसे सोचने लगूंगा तो in that case how I will teach in the class, how I will behave normally, how I will behave normally with my family. किसी के साथ normally behave नहीं कर पाएंगे. आपको अपना प्रेशर को कम करने के लिए एक बार आउटकम को भूलना पड़ेगा. Whether the outcome will be success or failure, that's not in your control. In your control, your efforts is there. You can put your 100% efforts. That's your job. That's my job. I need to teach you well. Automatically, the students will be coming in the further batches. If I'm not teaching you well, if I'm not satisfied with my teaching classes, not you, then in that case, outcome will never be good. So I can control this. I can give my best in the class. I can help the students. I will clear their doubts. I will prepare notes and all that. That's my job. Outcome का नहीं सोचना. So for you, it is best that you forget about exam, result, pass, fail and all that. It's not easy, but then you will be able to behave normally. Because this exam is not a bookish-based exam. This exam is a practical-oriented exam. And since you all have good amount of experience, you know many things automatically. Nobody need to teach you. जब जो मालूम है उसको तो नहीं डिस्ट्रॉय करें. एग्जाम में पास होना है, टेंशन है सबको. मेरे को भी टेंशन है, नेक्स्ट बैच में स्टूडेंट आना चाहिए, लेकिन उसको तो हम कुछ कर नहीं सकते ना. व्हाट वी नीड टू डू, वी कैन जस्ट नीड टू फॉलो दैट. वो करना है. तो आप केवल पढ़ने का सोचिए. फेल पास दिमाग में मत लाई, बिकॉज दैट इज नॉट इन योर कंट्रोल. एंड वेन यू आर गिविंग योर 100% एफर्ट्स, तो ऑटोमेटिकली पास होंगे ही ना. फेल क्यों होंगे? एज आई सेड, सुपर्णा वॉज अ बैड लक. बट आई विल से दैट सपोज और दूसरे लोग भी एग्जाम दिए हैं. सपोज रवि, यू हैव गिवन एग्जाम, बट आई एम नॉट सेइंग इन योर केस इट इज अ बैड लक. बैड लक इज योर हेल्थ, बट ड्यूरिंग द एग्जाम योर परफॉर्मेंस वॉज नॉट अप टू द मार्क. दैट वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड द फैक्ट. कि मान लीजिए शुरू में आंसर लिख रहे हैं, बाद में बंद कर दिए, पूरा नहीं कर रहे हैं, प्रॉब्लम्स आर देयर. आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड देयर मे बी समथिंग विच इज अनअवॉइडेबल. फॉर सुपर्णा देयर इज अ बैड लक. उसने एफर्ट्स पुट किया, स्टिल शी कुडंट पास. समटाइम्स इट हैपेंस इन लाइफ, बट ऐसा सबके साथ नहीं होता. दोज हु आर पुटिंग देयर एफर्ट्स, दे विल ऑटोमेटिकली गेट सक्सेस. गॉड इज काइंड. फॉर यू, अल्लाह, फॉर मी, भगवान, व्हाटएवर, यार गॉड गॉड है जो सबके लिए. भगवान, अगर हम लोग अच्छा करेंगे, भगवान हमें अच्छा देगा ही. तो हम लोग आउटकम के बारे में नहीं सोचेंगे. एग्जाम देंगे, फेल होंगे, पास होंगे, क्या होएगा, ये सब नहीं सोचना है. आपको अपना एफर्ट्स पुट करना है, रिजल्ट अपने आप आएगा. सो वी विल बी, व्हाट डू यू से, टुडे वी विल डिस्कस द प्री सीन. व्हाट आर द टाइप्स ऑफ क्वेश्चंस दे विल बी आस्किंग. Discussion the pre-scene, the financial analysis, different types of aspects in the pre-scene which can be asked in the questions. अभी वो कवर करने वाले. उसके बाद आपके सिलेबस में क्वेश्चंस को देने के लिए they have said that core area A, B, C, D, E. We don't need to go into technical study of core area A, B, C, D, E. लेकिन we need to prepare based on those core areas A, B, C, D, E. Different types of questions, how to write the answers, correlating with the pre-scene and all that we need to do. So we will be doing in 5 weeks those core area A, B, C, D, E. After this class, next 5 classes, for each class we will be doing one core area A, B, C, D, E, one by one. You can say that by the end of January we will cover core areas. For those core areas, will be given questions to all of you. You need to submit the answers, and you are getting ample of time to write the answers. You will say that thing I don't know. You can do research, you can do chat GPT, you can do Google, you can read SEMA material, you can read my material, whatever. When the questions are given to you, if you don't know the thing, you will read, you will prepare, you do research, and then you write the answer. So there is nothing that you can say मेरे को मालूम नहीं. मालूम करिए, कोई बात नहीं. When you are doing research from 4-5 places, करिए 2-3 घंटा 4 hours you have done the research. लेकिन आंसर लिखने के टाइम पे you need to take 45 minutes only. Out of 45 minutes, if we say in the exam, we read the scenario, we read the requirement, 7 to 8 minutes तो जाएगा ही. So actually answer need to be written in 35-37 minutes only. Not copy pasting from anywhere, in your own language. Because in the exam you can't do research. So you need to write the answer even though after research in your own language, not copy pasted from anywhere, in 35-37 minutes only. If the question has 2 requirements AB, total 35-37 minutes, 3 requirement, total 35-37 minutes. So suppose I have given you questions relating to core area A, say 3 questions are there. You read the first question, you don't know it. आपको बढ़िया से ज्ञान नहीं है. आप उसका रिसर्च किए. Maybe you have done the research for 2 hours, 3 hours. So then, when you write the answer, it should be 35-37 minutes only in a pure Word file with a font size 11. You will write the answers fully. Then the second question you are reading. Second question, again you are doing research for 2-3 hours. I am just using 2-3 hours. Maybe you are doing research for half an hour. It's upon you. आपने उसको सीखा, पढ़ा, समझा और उसके बाद फिर से आंसर लिखने आ गए 45 minutes, मतलब 35-37 minutes. तो if suppose there are 3 questions given to you relating to core area A, then on an average you are taking 2 hours to do the research. Maybe 6 to 7 hours. And then for writing the answers you are taking 35, around you can say 1.5 hours. यानी कि आपको पूरे वीक में अराउंड 6 to 9 hours पूरा रिसर्च करना है और उसके बारे में आंसर लिखना है. और पूरे वीक में हम लोग क्लास कर रहे हैं, जो एक क्लास हो रही है विच इज अराउंड 3 hours. यानी कि पूरे वीक में स्टडी आवर्स कितना है? 12 hours. इफ समबडी विल टेक एक्स्ट्रा टाइम टू रिसर्च, मैक्सिमम 15 hours. यानी कि इफ यू आर वेरी बिजी और इफ यू आर ब्रिलियंट और इफ यू आर बिलो एवरेज जो भी कंडीशन है आपका, आपको वीक में 15 घंटा से ज्यादा पढ़ना नहीं, जरूरत नहीं, कोई रिक्वायरमेंट ही नहीं. यू नीड टू स्टडी इन अ वीक अप्रोक्सीमेटली 15 hours. दैट मीन्स डेली 2 hours. सो इफ सपोज टुडे वी हैव टेकन द क्लास, यू आर स्टडिंग 3 hours, आज का पढ़ाई हो गया. आप अपने आप खुद जो पढ़ेंगे कल पढ़ेंगे. लेकिन एवरी डे यू नीड टू स्टडी. यू कांट से दैट आई विल स्टडी ओनली ऑन संडे फॉर 15 hours. दैट्स नॉट डन. वी आर ह्यूमन बींग्स. वी कांट स्टडी 15 hours इन अ डे. यू विल से दैट सर यू हैव स्टडीड अर्लियर व्हेन यू गिव सीए एंड ऑल दैट. वहां पर यार 8 सब्जेक्ट होता था. तो अगर एक सब्जेक्ट 2 घंटा देंगे तो 8 सब्जेक्ट को 16 घंटा देना पड़ेगा ना. एंड यू नीड टू स्टडी एवरी सब्जेक्ट डेली. बट द फोकस ऑफ एनीबडी कैन नॉट बी पॉसिबल फॉर 15-16 hours. वो अलग एग्जाम था. यहां पर आपको एक ही चीज पढ़ना है तो 2 घंटे पढ़ना है, 2 hours. एंड यू नीड टू टेक दिस 2 hours फ्रॉम योर बिजी शेड्यूल, वट एवर बिजी यू आर. देयर इज नो डिस्कशन पॉसिबल कि सर मेरा ऑफिस में 15 घंटा जाता है. जो भी जाता है भाई, या मेरा फैमिली में ये जो भी होता है, आपको वो टाइम देना पड़ेगा एवरी डे. सो व्हेन सपोज क्वेश्चंस आर गिवन टू यू, you have taken a target that I will take 4 days to do the research and to write the answer. For first question, I will do research in 1 day. Next day, I will write answer. Next day, I will do research for the second question. Then third day, I will write the answer. Third day, I will do research for the third question. Then fourth day, I will write the answer. So if the questions are given on Sunday, you will be given a time to submit by Thursday, say Friday. Because मेरे को जब आप सबमिट करेंगे चेक भी तो करना होगा ना. I cannot check in 2 minutes. So उसके बाद when the class will be there, we will be discussing at length those questions, how the answer can be written, because maybe there is a model answer, but what can be other things we can write. Somebody will have doubts, sir, can I write like this and all that. We will discuss those areas properly. So हर एक एरिया को हम लोग क्लास में भी डिस्कस करेंगे, आप आंसर्स भी लिखोगे, आप रिसर्च भी करोगे, तीनों काम साथ साथ चलेगा. अब इफ सपोज समबडी डोंट हैव हैबिट ऑफ स्टडी, मान लीजिए बहुत 2-4 साल 5 साल 10 साल बाद पढ़ रहे हैं, हैबिट तो डेवलप करना आएगा, बिकॉज देन ओनली यू कैन प्रिपेयर फॉर फेब्रुअरी एग्जाम, अदरवाइज इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल. Then when the January end will be there, we have done all these things. Then January end के बाद we will be doing the mock test, mock papers, in which just like exam, entire paper we will be solving. Now at that time we will not do research, because in exam you can't do research. So you need to think that the mock paper exam is going on, and you will solve the mock paper in one sitting 3 hours. Because in exam, all the 4 questions you need to solve in 3 hours. You can't take a break. So you will be solving all the... You will... 12 बजे बाद बस वही खाएगा. So all the questions you will be solving in one sitting, 3 hours, just like exam, without doing any research, because that is not allowed in exam. You submit that. And then, after writing your answers, you will do your revision, research. You will refer the model answers. Because when you have studied it till January, so you have developed something in your mind, आपको knowledge हुआ. अब आपको देखना है, एग्जाम तो अब आने वाला है, 15-20 days बाद है, तो मेरे को ये देखना होगा ना, where I am. So you do 4 or 5 mock papers, 3 hours each. One mock paper you solved in 3 hours, and then you do research, further study on all that, on that paper only for 4-5 days. फिर आपने दूसरा पेपर किया, फिर 4-5 days. यानी कि like this 4 to 5 paper at least mock paper we need to solve करना होएगा 3-3 घंटे में, और उसके बेसिस पे स्टडी करना होएगा. And then we will be going in the exam. So much study when you do. Normally, as I said, when the student is continuously on the toes, they are writing for A, B, C, D, E area, the question answers, they are doing the research, and they are doing the mock papers later on, 4 or 5 mock papers in 3 hours each. Then normally a student has given whatever they need to give from their part. You have done your work. So as per you, when you have given your 100%, your chance of passing the exam is 90-95%. The 5% is luck, which you can't control, which happened with Suparna, it can happen with anybody. आप उसके लिए कुछ कर नहीं सकते. लेकिन जब आप ये करेंगे, तो आपको पास होने की प्रोबेबिलिटी अपने आप बहुत हाई होगी. और इसका कोई और विकल्प नहीं. There is no other way by which we can manage and pass the exam. कोई दूसरा तरीका नहीं. Maybe sometimes you are not able to do the class. कोई बात नहीं है, recording is there, but these classes recording में मजा नहीं आएगा, because they are not something technical thing which is discussed. ये discussion है. So these classes in recording you will not like. Even though if you are missing the class, you will have the class, you can see the recordings, but ये live में ही मजा आएगा. It will not be enjoyable in recordings, because this is very practical oriented. This is not based on any technical knowledge from the books. So क्लास को अटेंड करिए, अपना होमवर्क करिए, असाइनमेंट सॉल्व करिए, रिसर्च करिए, मॉक पेपर सॉल्व करिए. देन इन दैट केस यू हैव गिवन योर 100%. नाउ गॉड नीड टू हेल्प 5%. दैट्स ऑल. उसके बाद आप एग्जाम पास कर लेंगे. हम लोग इस तरह से करते आए हैं. सो मेनी केस स्टडीज, एंड आई हैव सीन दैट the pass percentage by doing this is very good. Very good means I am not saying 100%, but those who are putting the efforts, उनको क्लास में भी उनका एग्जाम का रिजल्ट जब आता है, उनको खुद को ही दिखता है वो पास हो गए हैं नॉर्मली. So for that reason, if we are putting these efforts, I found that this is a success formula. How we can get the success in CIMA case study exams? This is the formula. And if we follow this formula, then since others are getting success for so many years, we will also be getting success. कोई problem नहीं आएगी. If suppose anybody gave exam earlier and couldn't pass, maybe operational case study, maybe management case study or anything, आप एक बार कोरिलेट करिए whatever I am saying कि whether you have given your 100% efforts or not. कि मान लीजिए आप अपने आप पढ़े थे, आप मॉक पेपर्स नहीं किए, या मान लीजिए आप क्लासेस किए, आप आंसर सबमिट नहीं किए, आधा नहीं किए, कुछ नहीं किए, 3 घंटे में मॉक पेपर्स नहीं सॉल्व किए, कुछ ना कुछ आपके साथ जरूर हुआ होगा. 5% exception, 95%, if those who have given exam, they can recollect their past. We should never think about past, but we should learn from our mistakes. कि अगर पास्ट में हमने कुछ किया और सक्सेस नहीं मिला, तो जानना पड़ेगा ना क्यों नहीं मिला. Why I didn't pass the exam, I need to check where the flaw was there. You will realize in yourself कि आपका फ्लॉ था, आपने पूरा एफर्ट्स नहीं दिया था, इसीलिए you didn't get the result. आपको आउटकम नहीं मिला, तो अब वैसा करेंगे फिर गड़बड़ होएगा. इसके लिए बस यही करना है. That is the only thing we need to do. We will pass. Examiners are not concerned with your grammar or spelling mistake. They have written in the institute website only, in the guidelines, that it is not an English literature exam. Spelling mistake, grammar and all that will be there. But if I am a teacher, checking your answers, I need to understand what do you want to communicate. If I understand, I will give you marks. Because when we are writing in word file, when we are drafting a mail or anything, spelling और grammar तो अपने आप चेक हो जा रहा है. Nobody will do a mistake. चैट जीपीटी ऊपर से और आ गया, आप उसको दीजिए, वो सब ग्रामर वगैरह ठीक करके दे देगा, तो कोई दिमाग तो लगाने का नहीं है. ग्रामर स्पेलिंग मिस्टेक इज नॉट, नोबडी इज गोइंग टू डू मिस्टेक इन प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ. एग्जाम का सॉफ्टवेयर में दे हैव नॉट इनकॉर्पोरेटेड दैट कि स्पेलिंग रेक्टिफाई ग्रामर अपने आप हो जाए. सो दे आर सेइंग दैट इज नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम. यू डोंट नीड टू टेक टेंशन कि मेरा इंग्लिश उतना बढ़िया नहीं है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, जस्ट कम्युनिकेशन प्रॉपर होना चाहिए. Then in that case they will give you marks. अब है लास्ट पार्ट, हम लोग को जो आंसर लिखना है, ऑल आर थ्योरी, नो कैलकुलेटर रिक्वायर्ड इन एग्जाम. यू विल टेक बट नो कैलकुलेटर रिक्वायर्ड. इट्स ऑल थियोरेटिकल एक्सप्लेनेशन. द लेंथ ऑफ द आंसर, दे आर सेइंग इन 1 minute we should be able to type 15 to 20 words. That's the instruction by the institute. So if you type 15 to 20 words in font size 11, it will be coming around 1.5 line. So I say that if suppose there is a question, suppose 45 minutes, 7 to 8 minutes gone in reading planning. So you are left with 37 or 35 minutes. And there are two portions, A, B. One is 60%, one is 40%. 60% means out of 35 minutes, 60% time you will give to A. And 40% means you will be giving 40% time to B. So 35 into 60% is coming 21 minutes. 21 minutes you are going to type. 1 minute 1.5 lines. So 21 minute coming around 35 lines. 34, 35, 33, 37, 38 चलेगा around 35 lines. लेकिन if you are writing 25 lines, it is short. 30 line is also short. If you are able to write 40, 45 lines, ठीक है लिखिए. But they are saying that it is not quantity. They are concerned with quality. Quality क्या होता है? Major problem with the student, they don't understand the requirement. The question is asking something else and we are writing totally something else. Maybe we are writing very well, but that is not the answer to the question. Number 0. Maybe you are writing very well, but you are not answering what is asked in the question. That's a major problem in any case study exam. We are reading something, we are not interpreting it properly, and we start writing whatever we know. Then in that case, marks student will not be getting. Maybe they are writing 45, 50 lines for 21 minutes. But if the student is understanding the requirement, exactly what they are asking, and they are writing the answer based on that, and that is based on practical aspects, that covers around 35 lines, student will not fail. Student will pass the exam. They will not find any problem to passing the exams. That practice we need to do regularly. Because on the day of exam, it will not be happening automatically. एग्जाम के दिन होने के लिए वो अपने आप तो होएगा नहीं ना, उसको तो आपको अचीव करना होएगा. जब आप कहीं से भी रिसर्च करेंगे, आप उसको कॉपी पेस्ट नहीं करेंगे. बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट वो करते हैं, पहले एग्जाम्स दिए हैं, आंसर लिखे, खुद को दिख रहा है कि कॉपी पेस्ट किया हुआ है, मैं रिसर्च कर रहा हूं, करने बोल रहा हूं, दैट डजंट मीन दैट यू विल स्टार्ट कॉपी पेस्टिंग फ्रॉम समवेयर. इन एग्जाम यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू गेट दैट लग्जरी. So from the first day you need to understand, I will do research, but I will not copy paste that research in the answer. And if my length of the answer is not coming appropriate, I need to increase it. I need to make it 1.5 line per minute. With the practice, you can build that. Maybe in core area A answer you are not able to achieve that. B में आ जाएगा, C में आ जाएगा. जब आप अपने आप को हथौड़ा मारते जाएंगे, अपने आप आ जाएगा automatically. And then you will not find any problem to pass this exam. So that is support required from you, and my job is to help you, to explain you the concepts properly, giving you questions, analyze your answers, giving you feedback, discussing with you it at length. Anybody has any doubt to be discussed in the class. ये मेरा काम है और आपका काम है मेरे को सपोर्ट करना by submitting answers. When the target is given Thursday, you can't submit on Friday. Maybe you will say मेरे साथ ये हो गया वो हो गया, नहीं चाहिए. जब संडे से लेकर थर्सडे 4 दिन था और 2-2 घंटा पढ़ना है, पढ़ना पड़ेगा. You can't say that I cannot submit. Suppose you are submitting on Friday, फिर भी बोलिए मत कि बाय सॉरी दिस दैट, बिकॉज इफ आई विल एक्सेप्ट माई फॉल्ट, if I am at fault, I know in my mind, I don't need to say to others that I am at fault. If the target is given you Thursday and you are saying because of this, nobody is here to hear this from you. सबको आपको मतलब है आउटकम, मेरे को मतलब है आउटकम. सो आपको एकदम फिक्स्ड रहना पड़ेगा. When the target is given, I need to submit the answers. And I always need to follow that. मैं जब आंसर लिखूंगी तो मैं कहीं का लिखा हुआ कॉपी पेस्ट नहीं करूंगा, जबरदस्ती बड़ा बड़ा नहीं बनाऊंगा, बिकॉज दैट मच यू कैनॉट राइट इन द एग्जाम. सो मे बी यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग बट यू आर नॉट फॉलोइंग द प्रिंसिपल्स विच नीड टू बी फॉलोड फॉर पासिंग द एग्जाम. मे बी यू आर गेटिंग द नॉलेज बट आप एग्जाम पास करने के लिए तैयार नहीं हो रहे हैं, गड़बड़ है, तो आप एग्जाम कैसे पास होंगे. और मैं मान लीजिए बोल रहा भी हूं तो आप सुनते भी नहीं है. कि सपोज देयर इज इन 35 minutes you can write say 40 lines, 45 lines, you are writing 70 lines. सिंपल बात है कि आप कोई भगवान तो है नहीं ना कि यू कैन टाइप लाइक दिस एंड यू कैन राइट. वैसा नहीं हो सकता. यू कांट राइट इन 20 minutes 70 line टाइप. फिर तो हम लोग टाइपिस्ट है, फिर हम लोग केस स्टडी एग्जाम कहां से देने आ गए. अवर कैलिबर इज समथिंग एल्स. तो आप अगर आंसर लिख रहे हैं 70 लाइन का, उसमें जो था सब कुछ लिख दिए. दैट मीन्स इफ द टारगेट इज टू हिट देयर and you are hitting the whole world. So you are writing so many things which are illogical, और वही आप में develop हो गया. And in the exam also they are asking X, you are writing A to Z. And then time pressure is also, because you have copy pasted and here you can't do copy paste. तो time pressure के कारण आपने जो लिखा वो A to Z में X छोड़ के सब लिख दिया. And then you are thinking why I didn't get the marks. क्योंकि आपने लिखा ही नहीं ठीक से. एग्जामिनर को आपसे प्रॉब्लम थोड़ी ना है. योर प्रिपरेशन वॉज नॉट इन द राइट डायरेक्शन. सो केवल आंसर लिखने से भी नहीं होएगा, देखना होएगा कि वेदर आई एम फॉलोइंग द राइट प्रिंसिपल्स, राइट पाथ टू पास द एग्जाम और नॉट. अगर मेरे को एग्जाम देना होता, सपोज आई एम टीचिंग, यू आर टीचिंग मी, आई एम ए स्टूडेंट, मेरे को भी ये करना पड़ेगा. इफ आई वॉन्ट टू गिव एग्जाम इन February 2024 for management case study, whatever I am asking you, I also need to do, even though I am teaching for 10 years. Believe करिए, मेरे को भी रिसर्च करना होगा, मेरे को भी क्वेश्चन लिखना होगा 35-37 मिनट्स में आंसर. तो फिर आपका कहां से आ गया बात. द क्वेश्चन इज नॉट दैट यू आर नॉलेजेबल और नॉट. जिसको भी एग्जाम देना है केस स्टडी का, दे नीड टू डू दिस. दे नीड टू फॉलो द गाइडलाइंस विच द इंस्टीट्यूट इज सेइंग टू पास द एग्जाम. So there are some students who have given efforts, but their efforts are always in the wrong direction. हर समय मैं बोले जा रहा हूं लेकिन आप सुन नहीं रहे. तो आप पढ़ भी रहे हैं फिर भी मेरे को दिख रहा है भाई गड़बड़ होने वाला है. क्योंकि मान लीजिए इन कोर एरिया ए यू हैव डन दैट, आई एम रिमाइंडिंग यू, आई एम टेलिंग यू डोंट डू लाइक दिस, आई एम सेइंग इन कोर एरिया बी भाई सुधर जाना, लेकिन सुधरना ही नहीं है, कंटिन्यूअसली वो गलती करते जाना है. And then we are thinking that why we couldn't pass. because we are not ready to give the exam and pass the exam. So जो आपको करने बोल रहा हूं मेरे को करना पड़ेगा, तो आपको क्यों नहीं करना पड़ेगा? ये है, ये रूल है. सपोज आई एम गिविंग F2 एग्जाम, मेरे को कुछ नहीं पढ़ना है, बिकॉज इतना जिंदगी में PL बैलेंस शीट सब पढ़ा दिए, कर लिए, सब आता है मेरे को. लेकिन केस स्टडी के लिए मेरे को भी वही पढ़ना है, द वे आई एम आस्किंग यू टू स्टडी. कोई डिफरेंस नहीं. वेदर यू आर नॉलेजेबल, वेदर यू हैव एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ 20 ईयर्स, 2 ईयर्स, 5 ईयर्स, केस स्टडी के लिए करना पड़ेगा. दिस इज द मेथड. When I am saying at the end mock paper 3 घंटा में करना है, you are not solving in 3 hours. You started saying, sir, I don't have 3 hours at a time. यार कोई दिन कम सो लो. When in the exam hall, you will say to the examiner, I don't have 3 hours. 1.5 hour I am coming, going. I am coming back. Then I will write. Possible नहीं है ना. So mock paper है. 3 hours में पूरा आंसर लिखना है. अब ब्रेक कैसे लेंगे? नहीं ले सकते. You need to feel the pressure in the exam कि 3 hours मैं उठ नहीं सकता, चुपचाप लिखना है. I can't go to washroom also. So वही मॉक पेपर में तो 3 घंटे 4 बार 5 बार करना होगा. Then only we will be able to give the exam. सिंपल बात है. If you are pure to yourself, then in the exam you will be able to pass. लेकिन आप खुद से प्योर नहीं है, तो आप रिजल्ट कैसे प्योर एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं? Ethics means when nobody is looking at you, you are following the ethics. When somebody is looking at you, then you are following ethics. That is not ethics. तो आपको अगर बोला जा रहा है कि मॉक पेपर 3 घंटा में 1 सिटिंग बैठकर आपको देना है, कोई देख रहा नहीं है. आप 3 घंटा खुद को देख रहे हैं कि मैं कर रहा हूं कि नहीं. कोई देख रहा नहीं है कि आर यू डूइंग रिसर्च और नॉट. लेकिन आपको सोचना है मेरे को अब रिसर्च नहीं करना है. यू नीड टू बी प्योर विथ योर सेल्फ वाइल गिविंग द मॉक पेपर. देखते हैं एग्जाम में कैसे पास नहीं होते हैं यार. Let's see why we will not pass this exam. Simple बात है. What I am saying these things, why? Because there are many in the class who has gone through with this system and they couldn't pass the exam because they are not following the proper path to pass the exam. Except Suparna, और किसी का कोई गड़बड़ नहीं. केवल Suparna bad luck, she couldn't pass because she has worked hard. लेकिन और कोई भी अगर एग्जाम पास में दिया है, नहीं पास हुआ, आप सब मन में सोचिए कि मेरा ये गलती था. आप उसको अब वापस नहीं रिपीट करेंगे. यू नीड टू लर्न फ्रॉम योर मिस्टेक्स एंड नीड टू डू द करेक्ट थिंग गोइंग फॉरवर्ड इन फ्यूचर सो दैट वी विल पास द एग्जाम. मैं कोई आप लोगों से बहुत ज्यादा बुद्धिमान नहीं हूं, बराबर नॉलेज लेवल है. बस थोड़ा सा पढ़ाई 20-25 साल से किए, थोड़ा टेक्निकल ज्ञान ज्यादा है, उसको लगा सकते हैं. अदरवाइज और कोई ज्यादा ज्ञान मेरे पास नहीं है. सबका बराबर ज्ञान है. इट्स अ केस स्टडी एग्जाम. इट्स नॉट दैट somebody is a super power knowledge house. It's just that we need to apply our practical aspects in the case study answer. So Tarun, don't take tension कि whether I will pass or not. एक बार दिमाग से ये निकाल दीजिए कि पास होएंगे, फेल होएंगे. Outcome is not in your hand. Your hand, your job is to give the proper efforts. So now I want to start the case study discussion if anybody has anything to say. किसी को कुछ बोलना है. अमित निगम जी, जिनीसा, लोकेश, मलीना, प्रशांत, रवि, सुपर्णा, anybody else, तरुण. Tuhin basically, not Tarun. Anybody has anything to say, to ask? So we are proceeding by. Okay, thank you.